I made some creative little candles for you just with things that I had around the house. I'm gonna show you guys how to make candles without wax. I think these are like great ideas if you're deciding to redecorate your room or even give these as gifts. Since summer's around, mosquitoes are coming and you want to make your own bug repellent candles. I'll show you guys how to do that too. It's really cheap and fun to do because you can do this under an hour. These type of candles will actually light a lot longer than the regular type of candles that you probably buy at Bath and Body and so forth, and we spend like a fortune there. So I want to show you guys how to make some great candles that smell so delicious. You're going to need some vegetable shortening. You can get this at your grocery store anywhere. Back in the days before electricity came along, CRISCO was used in making candles out of soybean and palm oil. This was a substitute for animal fat. That's why it's called vegetable shortening. It's safe just like wax candle. Just make sure to not leave it unattended with the fire on with the candles. And there are no odors. Now people use this straight out of can with a wick for 8 hours a day for 45 days as an emergency light, just in case, electricity decided to take a day off. This is still used today as a candle additive for that creamy consistency in bees and soy wax candles, which I'll show you in a future tutorial. But for now, all you need is a heat-safe container, either a canning jar or soup can, whatever you can find. I'm using my Starbucks that I sipped today. Vanilla is my favorite frappuccino, so you're going to need a candle wick, which you can find on Amazon. The link is down below, or at the craft store, which are dirt cheap, and hot glue it to the bottom. If you don't have a candle wick, use a cotton string and glue it to the bottom of your jar. So for tall jars, I like to use a straw that you sip in and insert it into the candle to center it. Now if your containers are large, use 2 to 3 wicks. I'm using a spoon to scoop out my CRISCO and place it into a measuring cup. This is like an estimate on how much is going to fit into those jars. With a pot, you're going to melt your CRISCO in it, but I decided to use a double boiler method, which is adding a little bit of water into my pot and using a Pyrex cup, because I don't want to end up like fried chicken wings, and I'm filling up the CRISCO, whatever I can fill up into that Pyrex cup, since I'm just finding any jars I have around the house. Most of my jars are 8 ounces, so that will make 6 candles. And 6 candles might not seem a lot, but these candles last a long time. 1 candle lasts me per week. Let the oil cool off for about 10 to 20 minutes depending how much you heat it up. To keep our candle wick staying straight while we let our concoction cool off in there, you need a skinny stick or a clothespin. I'm using a lollipop stick because I had those left over from another project. To color my candles, do not use any water soluble dyes like food coloring or soap making supplies because it doesn't dissolve. It just becomes like pebbles unless you like that effect. It's kind of cool when it cools off. But make sure to use colors that are either your makeup that has mica, candle wax that has the colors in it, or your last option is crayons. And I didn't have either one or blue eyeshadow, so I'm using some crayons. I added a little bit of the CRISCO liquid into my spoon to help it melt over my hot plate, or you can use over a stove or just mix it into the pot and melt it into your mixture. Technically, this can still be made without wax, but I want to show you every option possible in coloring. So for fragrance, use candle scented fragrance or essential oils. A natural bug repellent is citronella essential oil, so add about 5 to 10 drops per candle and mix well. Our skin will be attack free from mosquitoes. As for candle fragrances, it really is up to the potency of that fragrance and brand. Start off with 10 drops to 10 mLs per candle. The stronger the scent, then you know it's going to last a lot longer. If you're impatient like myself and couldn't wait for these to solidify for another 5 hours or so at room temperature, just place these in a refrigerator for 35 minutes and you have a perfect candle. While waiting, just clean all your cooking supplies with hot water and soap. Flame of CRISCO candles burn smaller than wax candles, so trim each time when you're lighting these candles because you want it to be flush to the CRISCO top so that it lights well and evenly each time. These are not the greatest gift for across the country shipment because they do melt, but if you want to decorate them for home decor purpose, steal some ornaments off your tree, some strings, and spray your top if you want. I actually glued some lace that was left over from another project, and now I have a beach theme. Go figures. I guess I'm gonna go for a beach theme this time around for my room. So I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys soon. Make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos on my channel. Love ya!